Come on in. Straightforward right here. We got the entryway. This is pretty cool. Fireplace. So today I'm going to talk to you about how I manifested my first $1 million home. As you can probably see behind me, since then I've moved to a different place, and we will explain how I manifested this place also. But I want to let you know that when it comes to manifesting, personally, I believe that manifesting where you live is one of the easiest things to manifest, and here are a few of the reasons why. First of all, it's a lot easier than manifesting, let's say, a large sum of money, because a main reason why people struggle when it comes to just manifesting money is because oftentimes they just want money for the sake of having money. Now, a secret when it comes to manifesting is that you need to manifest feelings, situations, and experiences, because if you just want $10,000 or $100,000 and you have no plans on how exactly you're going to spend and delegate that money, then why do you think your subconscious mind or the universe or God is going to give you a bunch of money when you have nothing to do with it? If you think about it, a lot of times people say, "Oh, I wish I had $1 million, man. If I made $1 million a month, that would be so amazing." Or if I made $100,000 a month. And then if you actually ask one of those people who desire to earn that much money, say, "Okay, if you made $100,000 a month, what would you do with it?" Oftentimes they would say, maybe I have a nice car, I have a nice house, I'll eat at nice restaurants, and I'll give some money to some of my loved ones or something. Buy some clothes, but oftentimes they don't even have a, like, know exactly how they would spend $100,000 every single month. A lot of people think they want more money than they actually do. And sometimes if those people are given a bunch of money, they waste it on stupid nonsense anyway, and it soon disappears. But anyways, let's get into manifesting a home. So the reason I said it's much easier than manifesting a lot of other things is because, firstly, your home is where most people spend at least a significant, very significant amount of their time, meaning that you have all the experiences, the routines, and what you do inside of a house is already very, very locked into your subconscious mind. So all that you need to do is now replace your daily habits and you picture them in a new environment. And that is another tool or a secret when it comes to manifesting, is that not only do you want to visualize whatever it is you're trying to manifest, but you want to see it as something so simple and so normal, because when you manifest any condition, over time it becomes normal anyway. So I don't know if anyone has experienced this, but say you were really excited about a new job, or I don't know, a new video game console that you wanted, or a pair of shoes that you really wanted, whatever it was, and then when you finally get it, after a few weeks or a couple of months or days even, the novelty wears off and it's just very normal. And the same thing goes for, living in a mansion, a multi-million dollar home. Yeah, it's exciting at first, and after a while, after a couple months or of waking up in the same place every day, you realize this is just my home, and essentially it's no different than, any other house that you could imagine. But that's something to your benefit. So when it comes to manifesting, you want to see stuff as so just, it's like a regular part of your life. So when you're meditating, you're visualizing, you want to picture the reality you want with just a super subtle ease, and like it's just, you want to minimize what it is you're trying to manifest. So now let's talk about how I manifested a home and how you can also. So the first thing you need to do is you need to picture exactly what the house looks like. This is when, one of the most important components of manifesting any reality. You need to be very specific. Oftentimes people are not specific enough about what they want. You can't just say something super vague and, non-descriptive, because it's very, very hard for your subconscious mind to make that image and start to constantly see it and send those vibrations into the universe to attract it back towards you. So see exactly what it is you want. Focus on what you want. So don't just say, I want a new house. I want a nicer house. What is nicer? You understand when you use these type of words, this type of verbiage? I want more money. Okay, well, your subconscious mind just knows more. So if you're making $15,000 a year and you say you want more in the next year, you make $16,000 a year, that is more. And depending on how you look at it, it's a significant amount more, you know? So if you're not specific, it's going to be very, very difficult to bring what it is you're trying to into your reality. So you need to think about exactly what the house you want to look like is. What color are your cabinets? What does your kitchen look like? How big is it? How many rooms do you need? Right. So that's your first step. And then you need to understand what it's going to look like, maybe where it is, location, size. And once you have a very, very clear image of the house that you're trying to manifest, this is when the fun begins. Now, like I said earlier in this video, you're in your house all the time. So now you play this little game with your mind and you start doing all the normal stuff you do every single day. Now you mentally rehearse it in the new environment. So, for example, every night when I would be laying in bed, I picture myself just doing regular, mundane, everyday things. Like, I picture myself just waking up in the morning, stepping out of my bed, brushing my teeth, and, in a nice, beautiful bathroom. Or I see myself just walking barefoot, and feeling what the new concrete floors, feel like on my feet, walking to the kitchen and opening the refrigerator and grabbing a bottle of water or just getting some snacks, right? So you want to start to rehearse these regular, everyday, small activities because that makes your mind feel like it's real. You know, it's cool to visualize something new and so huge and exciting, but in order for your subconscious mind to really comprehend it and to literally easily store it in the archives of your subconscious mind and see it as already happened, it already accomplished, you need to do it very consistently so that it feels normal. You don't want it to necessarily feel very novel. You don't want it to feel like it's something you've never experienced before. You want to normalize it because, like I said earlier, when you accomplish anything, it's normal to you. So if you ask a gold medal athlete or whatever, a championship athlete, whatever, basketball player, it doesn't feel so crazy. They are good at playing basketball. Or if you ask a person who's been a millionaire for 5 years, like, doesn't really feel anything like particularly different than you feel. They just, yeah, I just make, you know, $200,000 a month. That just, it is what it is. They're not jumping for joy over zealous, extremely excited about it every day because it's a normal part of their reality. So you need to, one, know what the house you want to look like is, why you want it to be that way. Keep it in moderation as well. So I struggled with this. I've had many of nice houses. Sometimes you think, I wish I had a mansion, a 6 bedroom house, 7 bedroom house. So then you get that. And I've had a 6,000 square foot house that was like, is it 6 bedrooms? Yeah, it was like 6 bedrooms. It was so big. I thought of something I wanted. I thought it was so cool. It would be so awesome to flex. And then I lived in the house. It was me. Then I lived there with an ex girlfriend. And literally, we had 4 rooms, 5 rooms that literally we never walked into, not once. And realistically, it gets kind of depressing. I had 2 living rooms. I had a great room, a living room, like a dining room. So much space that didn't get used. You know what I mean? Like, we would order food, we would eat it at the island. We had all this space that we didn't use. Like I said, we had a theater room, 3 or 4 spare rooms that just never got occupied. So that really just leads to depression and you're not happy in the house. So be intentional also about what it is that you want and don't like be greedy. Now, I'm not saying it's not good to have high aspirations and also to like want something really nice and really whatever big and abundant, but make sure it's what you actually want. It's what you want. It's not what society tells you that you want, or it's not what you think other people will, would be happy about. Think about what you want, what you need, and what you will use. Like, don't waste your energy, your manifestation energy, on manifesting excess. Now I understand abundance, but abundance and excess are not the same thing. So also keep that in mind too. And remember, when you manifest something, you can always gradually move up. So maybe you just want a really, really nice luxury apartment. Start there. It's going to be easier to manifest. It'll also be easier for your mind to comprehend. It's going to be easier to sit and visualize it and not feel like you're lying to yourself, because that is a big step that you have to overcome. Because in order to manifest anything, you have to continuously, I mean every single day, multiple times a day, visualize the desired outcome. But there's a trick, because that's why faith is so important. You also have to have faith that it's going to come true. So now when you're sitting down and you're trying to see yourself in the new environment, the new job, the new amount of money, the new house, the new car, okay, well, if you just sit down and you see yourself in that environment, but then you're also at the same time telling yourself, like, oh, how am I going to get the money? Like, this seems impossible. There's no way I'll be able to, get into $1 million house right now. Then it balances itself out, because your self-talk also needs to be in alignment with your mental image, and then you have to believe it. That's also a key component of manifestation, right? Is believing. So it doesn't really do you any good to visualize anything if also you like are double-minded, and right after you affirm something or visualize something, you tell yourself that that's not really going to happen, or I don't really see how that can happen. But also, if you have enough willpower and you're willing to dedicate yourself to it, if you study this information enough and you do enough research on things that other people have manifested and you constantly affirm, then you will cultivate the belief eventually. So you can also keep telling yourself something, even if you don't believe it. Eventually you will, but you also have to study this knowledge and information. So that's why it is much easier to first manifest stuff that you find realistic. Now, I don't necessarily like to use that word, because there's no limitations, and the possibilities of what the human mind can accomplish, achieve, is infinite. But we have to operate in reality, and you do have a ceiling of your consciousness of what you feel like is achievable. So that's another component of manifestation, is that you have to also believe that it can happen. And once you truly believe it, or you feel like, oh, this is easy, this is very doable, then accomplishing it is much easier. So, and over time, you will expand your consciousness, and you'll understand how infinite you are, how limitless, what you can do is, then manifesting becomes gradually easier and easier. But just to recap, first, when it comes to manifesting a home, know exactly what the house you want to look like is. So the house that we're looking at on screen, I knew that I wanted something very, very modern, somewhat industrial. That's what I was into at the time. That was the architecture that I love. Now I like brutalist architecture, just like the type of building here around me, with a lot of unfinished, concrete, and that's this type of brutalist design. But anyway, at the time I wanted industrial modern. That's what I really, really wanted. I definitely wanted a pool. I knew exactly, what I wanted the decor to look like. I knew exactly how I was going to furnish it. Great couch and this and this and this. Like, I had all this already in my mind. And you just see it every single day, and picture everything you do. Anything you would normally do at home, whether it's just sitting on the couch eating a hot pocket or some Eggo waffles at the island or at the kitchen table, or just walking late at night to go get a midnight snack, or throwing some cup of noodles in the microwave, whatever it is you do at home, just picture it in the new environment. It's very easy for your subconscious mind to shift into that reality. Like I said, the home is, you've been in a house your whole life, whether, like, period. So all you're now doing is just manipulating the energy and constructing mentally a different home in your mind. That's pretty much all there is to it. And you will see, like, if you just do that, rehearse the small, simple, everyday things. Also, this will happen with anything. Like, this is very easy to do with anything. But that's the main takeaway from this video, is that you want to feel like it's so normal to you. So you have to constantly rehearse it and see yourself just doing something in so much calmness, so relaxed, and that's how it will easily come true and manifest in a very short period of time. So put that stuff into action. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I will see you later.